Hi everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, Makeup Fun with Olivia. So, are any of you still working from home? I am. And do any of you have to go to Zoom meetings or online meetings? I do. So I thought I'd share with you today just a quick, simple, and fun makeup look for Zoom meetings, because even though we get to roll out of bed and go on our laptop and start working, by the time it's time for that Zoom meeting, we want to look presentable, right? So this is the look that I came up with today. Really simple, not anything fancy, but you know, also a little bit of fun. So if you like this look and you want to check out what I wear for my Zoom meetings, keep on watching. Okay, so the very first thing that I do when I get out of the shower is I put on lip balm, and the one that I've been using lately is my Limelife Perfect Balm in, this is dragon fruit, and it smells so yummy. You can actually use this on your cheeks too, but I don't use it on my cheeks. I use it as a lip balm. And it just, my lips get so dry that they hurt when I smile or I talk. It's gotten really bad. I'm trying really hard to drink more water to keep myself hydrated, but I need a lip balm. Otherwise they hurt and they feel awful. They feel really dry. So that's the first thing I do. The next thing I do is I put some sunblock on, and my favorite, I have three favorites, but I kind of go back and forth. My all-time holy grail is the Paula's Choice. It's extra care, non-greasy sunscreen with broad spectrum SPF 50. I've been using this for years, and you know, I go and try other things, but I always come back to this one. It's my fave. Lately, however, I think this past 6 months maybe, I've been using Block It Like It's Hot, and I use this as a moisturizer as well. It has blood orange and hibiscus in it, and it has a sun's protection of SPF 30. So that's what I'm gonna put on today. It is by Perfectly Posh. So trying to do this quickly, so this video is not super long. But what I like about this moisturizer is that it gives me my sun protection, but it also makes my face feel very hydrated. It spreads very easily. I don't have to tug at my face. I usually let this dry a little bit. I'm just gonna jump right in today. I put some concealer on for my redness, and I used the Too Faced Born This Way. Again, apologies, I look this way because I'm using this as my mirror, but this is the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and it is in the color Natural Beige. So I put a little bit in my red areas. This concealer is very moisturizing, and it stays put though. Those are my favorite qualifications lately in products, hydrating and moisturizing, but they also stay put. They don't go anywhere, because sometimes when you get hydrating or moisturizing products, they just slide all over my face, or they're gone by the end of the day. I'm using my Real Techniques sponge, and I did just rinse it off early this morning, so it's a little bit damp. So I'm not gonna get as high coverage, but that's okay. All I want is for it to reduce my redness a little bit, and it does. When this is dry though, it does give me more coverage. So the next thing I do is I go in with a little bit of corrector. Lately I've been using Pixi by Petra. You can get this at Target, and this is in the color Brightening Peach. Now, I don't have like really dark under circles. Well, I have wrinkles, obviously, but I don't have darkness there. Where I have darkness is right there in that little area. So I try to focus it there. And I go a little bit into my eyes, but mostly trying to stay here. See the difference? And see, you can really see the darkness on this side. And again, this is hydrating, but it stays put and it works. Sometimes things are hydrating, but it doesn't do what you want it to do, like conceal, or, you know, sometimes they conceal, but they're not hydrating and they highlight your wrinkles. So all right, next thing I do, I put my Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. Sorry, these are dirty because I use them. This is my all-time holy grail. This video should really be called my holy grails now. So I put about that much. I squished it, but actually that's a little bit too much. A little bit goes a long way. And it's because I take some with my other finger and put it all over my eyelid. What I like about this concealer is that it is hydrating and it smooths over my eyelids. My eyelids are very wrinkled, very crepey, and if I don't put this primer on, when I put eyeshadow on, it looks even more crepey. But this, it kind of like makes it smoother and doesn't make it as bumpy. It's still a little bit bumpy because that's how my eyes are, but not as much. I let it dry, and now let's jump in to the eyeshadow. So for Zoom meetings, I just, you know, you know, whatever I find or whatever I think is fun. I love makeup, and my favorite part of makeup is eyeshadow. So I have fun with it. This is the part that I really do put a little bit of extra, not effort, but just a little bit of extra time because I enjoy it so much. So we're gonna use this today. It's Wet n Wild. It's their, they have 10, I think it's called Pan 10 or something like that. And this one is called Rose in the Air. Many of you know I love my plums. And what I like about this particular palette is that it has a cool transition color and a warm one. I'm a cool girl, but I have been known to use the warm ones. So I just put that. I started off in my crease because that's where I want it to be the darkest. And then I just kind of move up. And this is gonna be my transition shade. So it's in my crease and going up. And I go up because I have hooded eyes, and when I open my eyes, you're not gonna see the crease, but you are gonna see this. And so sometimes I just open my eyes and put some extra there. Going in again. I'm not even tapping off because I'm okay with it being darker in the crease. And I do wanna have some left over to go up so that it works as my transition. Okay. Oops, I guess I should look at what I'm doing, huh? I'm not a perfectionist, you guys know that. Now I am going to go into this light matte shade and put that at the top and blend it in. I love this brush. It's by ecotools. It's called Large Shadow Brush. I like it because it's so big that, first of all, it picks up eyeshadow really well, but it's so big that it kind of goes and blends your transition shade as well. It kind of does the job for you. Otherwise, I would have to go in and do this, and I still do sometimes, but not after I got this brush. So, okay. Now I am going to go into a fun shade, this bright kind of wine colored one. So I typically use a light color on my lid, but does anybody follow Natasha Denona on Instagram? And she recommended using dark colors on your lid if you have hooded eyes. I was like, what? I thought you're supposed to use light colors so that your lid stands out. Well, you know what? I've been doing this and I love it. Then using my dark, I can barely see you guys. I have another mirror over here, so I might do it this way so I can see what I'm doing. Now, of course, when I did this, then I was like, I'm used to using a dark color in the crease shade, so what do I do now? That was pretty much kind of my darkest, but what you can do is you can use a different dark color on your crease. And so just to neutralize that brightness, I'm going to use this dark brown and do that. Now I'll probably have to blend that out. Oh my gosh. See, and that's what happens when you don't tap sometimes, right? But this is why we do our eyeshadow first. So you can clean that off before doing your foundation. Okay, so I do that. I know it looks messy, you guys, but then I go in and I blend. Blend, blend, blend. None of this has to be perfect because we're at home and this is just for a Zoom meeting. And this is a little bit extra, only I feel like it's a little bit extra into my eyes, but like I said, it's because I enjoy my eyeshadow, not because I have to have like all these colors on for, you know, my Zoom meeting. I'm gonna go in here with what's left over of the concealer and try to clean that up. It's not gonna be perfect, it doesn't have to be. The foundation will clean it up a little bit more. So let's jump in. My go-to foundation is Born This Way in the color, I use Sand forever, but now I'm on to Warm Beige. And what I do is I tap it kind of all over my cheeks. You know what? I thought I did. Here it is. One of these. I got those on Amazon. They come in so handy. Okay. Again, it's not a whole lot of foundation, and because my sponge is damp, and I just do this pretty quick. And then I take what's left over and put some extra on my cheeks, or just to clean up. And I try to blend the edges and down here. All right. What do we do next? I am going to let this set a little bit before I go in with my blush and my contour, and we are gonna do eyebrows. Let me reach. Ignore the mess in the background. I sit here because it's the best lighting. We have a ton of windows over here. All right. Oh, I didn't tell you what I'm using. Anastasia Beverly Hills. What is this called again? The one Dipbrow Pomade in the color Chocolate. It lasts forever. I know there are a ton of good ones. And what I do is I dip it in and I put a line on here to take a ton off because you don't need a whole bunch on. And I just go on over my eyebrows very lightly. And my eyebrows are not perfect right now because I just, you know, I haven't kept up to date on plucking, and you know, I'm just home, so this is good enough. Look at the difference. Right? Right? I used to think I didn't need to do this, but as I've gotten older and my eyebrows have thinned out. Oop, I think I put a little bit too much there. That's okay. By the way, this set of brushes that I'm using is, what is it called? Oh God, I'll put it down below. I got it on Beautylish. And it's a great set. But again, there are some wonderful drugstore choices. These are just the ones that I have right now. Okay. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to put a little bit of my translucent powder by Mercier to set a little bit of my under eye and that concealer. I feel like this helps lighten the under eye area, but I have to be very careful because with the wrong powder, or if I put too much, it'll look really wrinkled under there. Okay, we're almost done. I'm trying to finish up my Lorac Pro contour. I still use the brush that came with it. And I naturally have a contour there, but I have such big cheeks that I feel like it gets lost. So I try to put in a little bit and try to blend it. Although sometimes it looks like I don't blend, but that's my actual real contour. Like I have this part, see on this side, it's actually really there. So I try to blend this out so that it makes my real one look blended out too, which is a challenge. It just sometimes looks like I don't know how to put makeup on. And I promise I do. I think I do a little bit, but you know, your features are your features. Your face is the way it is and you can't change it, but I can try to blend it out a little bit. Okay, so now some eyeliner. I use the Marc Jacobs eyeliner. These are amazing. I'm gonna use this mirror over here. Another thing Natasha Denona said is to make this line as thin as possible. I've always historically loved a thick line, so I've always used a thick line, but oops, and especially if you make a mistake, you can't help but make it thicker to hide that mistake. But I've been trying to use Natasha Denona's suggestions. Okay, we're gonna use for blush, Sephora blush, which gives me not just color, but a little bit of shimmer. And this is why I try to hide the pinkness under my cheeks with concealer, because I don't want it to look all pink, and it will. What I try to do is put it at the top of my cheeks so that it kind of defines it a little bit. Okay, and then I do this just a little bit, but very carefully. I want to get a nice one of these, you guys. This is just from the drugstore. And if you guys know me, you know that I do not buy mascara. I just get the free ones through the Sephora orders. Look at how much is on the edge of that. That's why it gets all messy and clunky sometimes. So I just take that off. As soon as I pull it out of here, and that's it. Let me go do my hair now. I'm ready for that Zoom meeting. Hold on a second. We forgot our lips. I'm gonna put, these are both by Urban Decay. I don't even know if this lip pencil is available anymore, but it is an Urban Decay super saturated high gloss lip color in Love Child. And I love it. This, I'm pretty sure it has to be available in Rush. If it's not, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die because I'm almost done with it. It's a very neutralish pink for me, the lip liner, and the lippy is very hydrating with a little bit of shine, and it has stay power. So yeah, now we're ready for that Zoom meeting. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun for me, and I hope it was for you too. And don't be afraid to have a little bit of fun with your makeup for your Zoom meetings too. You know, this is a little bit fun, but you know, you gotta take advantage. All right, guys, thank you so much. And if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And I really appreciate you being in the comments. Thank you so much. I love them. They make my day. Take care. Bye.